Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live number 36, the monthly live with Young 40 Mom, Miss Alishia.
Hi, guys.
If you're watching on replay, please leave me a comment and let me know you watched and let me know what you're working on. We have Mary, which is Lady Crafters Fiber Creations, Lisa, Coping with Yarn, Nana Michelle Crochets, and she says Squirrel Raid, Hooked by Suze. Welcome in, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight? I also found out how to pin your link to the top of the chat.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I had to go ask Connie. I was like, how do you do this?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I always wondered how other people that go live put the person's link that they have as their guest up at the top of the chat. I'm like, well, how do you go do this? You know, like, and so she let me know, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna start doing that.
Well, that's a good idea.
We also have my Aunt Pam. Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, Pamela Morgan is my aunt, everyone. I still gotta ship out your blanket. I'm sorry. It's sitting right there.
Shipping has gotten ridiculous.
Yeah. Nana Michelle says, hi, everyone. I'm listening, and working on my mosaic. I know such a party animal, right? Laugh out loud. I just threw some yarn in your room, Alishia, so she just subscribed to you. Well, I'm glad I put that channel link up there. Finally found out how to do it. Yay.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't. I have to take a video of my ice yarn haul in the box. I'm looking right at the boxes, and I don't want to tackle the beast.
Oh no.
So Maddie asked to put the boxes in the living room. She said, "Where?" Said, I don't know, because they packed them so full. It's like they vacuum packed them or something. So I went ahead and opened the top of the first one. I mean, it literally just went poof. And so now I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put the big poof.
Oh, man.
It'll be going in my bedroom.
That sounds... And you got 2 boxes?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I pulled the trigger on this one big time.
Yeah, I know you talk about if you buy in bulk, the price of the shipping and the price of the yarn combined is not as bad. So I can understand why you did it.
Yeah, my shipping, I think my shipping came to, it was a little bit more than half of what I paid for everything. But when it balances out per skein, it comes to, it's probably less than this, but the way that because I got some mystery bags, and usually in the mystery bags, they give you, like for the $19.99, they give you like 40 skeins. So the breakdown is like $1.37 when you break down the total cost.
Yeah.
$1.37 a skein or something like that. And I think it's going to be a little bit less than that, because some of the skeins that I got were only like 37 cents a piece.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. It's just that when you...
Oh, sorry.
It's just that when you look at your shipment and you look at your order and you see the cost of the shipping, it kind of gets scary.
I've ordered from them, I think, twice. And I was like, I don't think so. I'm not going to order from that company again. So if I order anywhere overseas, it's usually Hobie, because you can buy a lot and the shipping be very, very reasonable. So
Yeah, their shipping's good. And sometimes they'll have specials. If you purchase so much, they'll give you free shipping too. I like
yeah,
that. That's what
we
I got
have,
with that Mary Maxim order.
yeah. And I got a trick I'll tell you later about Mary Maxim.
Okay.
Just not on the live. Um,
Okay.
we have Connie of Just Another Stitch. Welcome in.
Hi, Connie.
Melanie. Hi.
Hi,
And
Melanie.
I know I just saw somebody else, I thought. Nope. Okay. Let's see. My Aunt Pam, well, Melanie said when she first came in, I saw this comment. She goes, "Woohoo, Friday with my girls." Melanie, you're so sweet. My Aunt Pam said, "Did you crochet a chicken, Crystal?" Yes, I did. I designed a chicken.
Oh, how cute.
And its name is Sunny, the Happy Hen.
That is so cute.
It's a yarny chicken. And I gotta have a chicken. It's part of my name.
Now you got to make a cat.
I have one.
Oh, you have a cat too? Oh, look at that. How cute.
And I also have a dog.
Oh, that is so precious.
Thank you. Nana Michelle says, "Sounds like you did the secret yarnery." She had a massive yarn haul today, 4 huge boxes.
I saw that. Hers was, I think she said 76 or 78 kilos. Mine's 24.
Mm. Connie, it was Ice Yarns. I bought from them twice, and the shipping was more than my yarn. So, and Lisa is back. She says, "Hi, Crystal and Alicia and Connie," and all the in my chat just jumped
Oh, hi,
as I'm
Lisa.
reading the comment. And all the squirrels. We
Are you
have
going to talk?
Deanna.
Are you going
Deanna
to talk about?
Smith.
Sorry, we got a delay. It throws me
Yeah.
off.
Go ahead.
Are you going to talk about your upcoming subscriber giveaway?
I might hint at it on this live. I did kind of hint around a little bit yesterday on my Yarny Talk Thursday, but I didn't give much details about much of anything. Just that it was a
Okay.
collaboration. So
I'm going to be doing one too because I'm like 1 week shy of keeping my over 1,500. So I'll be having one probably towards the end of March, but it's not going to be elaborate like yours.
yeah. All right, I want to welcome these people in real quick. Deanna Stith, if I'm saying that correctly, Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. And we also have Lisa wants me to make Sunny pop up like I do when I was teasing everybody about seeing it for the first time. I wouldn't show the whole thing, so I would do this.
That's funny.
That was just for you, Lisa. She laughed so hard on the Yarnaholics Live. Connie says Crystal's sofa is going to turn into a farm.
Yeah, yeah.
Aunt Pam, you want a chicken too? I'll try to start working on making yours. Let's see. We have Teensy Kismet. She says, "Hi all, gonna be lurking, still waiting on the cat." Waiting on the
Hello.
cat. And we also have Left is Right Crochet with Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
And Chris, welcome in.
Hello, Chris.
What happened to Gia of YarnNet? Is her site down or something? When can you come down for a visit? We can make me a chicken. Whenever you want, Aunt Pam. Lisa is working and lurking, and we also have another Lisa in the chat. Lisa the Grammy Scattered. Welcome in.
Oh. What? Come here. Come here. You're being mischievous. Come on. Midnight's going to make an appearance.
Aw.
Come on. You see me? Come on.
And we also have Tank, which is I Love to Crochet. Welcome in. She says, "Hi, Crystal. Sorry I'm late. We were eating." You're not late. It's okay.
Hello. Come on. Look at my lap. Come on. Come on. Oh, turn him up. There he is. He's propped.
Aw. Midnight.
I call him my lover boy because he just all over me. He likes to get in my lap, but it has to be under his terms.
It sounds like my cat Oreo. She only wants you to love on her when she wants loving. Tom, he'll take the pettings anytime. We also have Angela Wright. Welcome in.
Hi, Angela.
Connie says, "Crystal, Gia was moving to a new warehouse. It won't let you place orders on a website now." Okay. That's right. She was moving because she had like a moving sale at some point.
Oh, wow.
And Mary wants to know what you're working on.
I am working on another hexagon blanket, making it my own. I am using the yarn that everybody can't stand to work with. Oh, what is it called? It's Lime Brand. I can't think because I don't have the label on it. See if you can recognize it. Homespun.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with homespun. I'm doing it with homespun yarn. But when you do it with Granny, it's easy to work with, the Granny stitch. But yeah, I'm making another hexagon sweater because everybody at the office loved the one that I made, and now I've got people saying, "Oh, if you made one in this quarter, I would buy it from you in this color." And so that's my goal.
We also have Manfas Makes. Her name is Sam. But she says, "Hi, Crystal. I can't stay tonight, but I have left my thumb and will catch the replay." I know she's in England, so it's actually way past midnight for her. So,
oh, wow.
We also have Mob's Yarnery and Cooking, and I forgot your name. Ashley. Connie said Ashley. So, okay, what were you going to say?
I need to learn my time zones. I only know the time zones for the United States. I don't know them outside the country.
I think since you're in Eastern time, The UK would be 5 hours ahead of you because I know they're about 6 hours ahead of me.
Okay, that
I
makes
don't know
sense.
about anywhere else, but that's the only other time zone besides our time zones in the US that I know.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, actually, I take it back. There was somebody from Australia in here one time, and
Oh, that's cool.
it was noon the next day on a Friday evening. So I
Oh,
guess they're
wow.
12 to like 18 hours ahead of us or something like that.
Wow. So what are you working on, Crystal?
Actually, I just finished knitting my pair of socks because my first pair that I knitted went to my grandmother because they didn't fit me. And then
No.
the second pair that I had knitted for myself, I gave to my mom for Christmas because she wanted a pair and I didn't have time to knit her some. So I ended up knitting me a pair and I just got finished with those, I think Sunday. I finished the second one. And then have you seen Bag O Day's Crochet Along?
Yeah, I started watching it. The Granny Square. Oh, is it the Granny Squares? Oh no, it's the topper
The Elmo
looking.
or
Yes,
the Sesame Street ones.
that's what I meant
Well,
to
I,
say.
I did the first square and I did mine blue and red. I'm just using scrap yarn, but I did that. Now I'm also working on designing another shawl, but it's a rectangular shawl. And I'll give a sneak peek.
Oh, I like the colors on that.
Baubles. And when I saw Bag O Day do that, I was like, oh, I have an idea for a shawl with that on there. And that's exactly what I did. But it's got front post, back post, the baubles. Yeah, that's all the specialty stitches in it.
That's gonna be beautiful.
I hope
What
so.
colors?
Um,
What colors are they?
it's teal, which that's coming out a little bit darker,
Yeah.
but it's a tad lighter than this, but not much. It's a dark teal. Elena, hi Elena. She is in Malaysia. She's one of my mom's friends, and she says it's Saturday morning, the 5th of March, where she is already.
Oh, wow. Good morning.
I'm glad you could make it, Elena. Tank says Manfa, which is Sam, is in Cornwall. Okay. And my Aunt Pam says almost noon Saturday in Australia.
Wow.
Tank, Alishia is in Tennessee.
The foothills of the Smoky Mountains.
So what is everybody currently working on? Oh, Elena, look at my chicken.
So cute.
I designed the chicken. And also the dog.
Of course my phone would ring.
My mom is in her RV.
I'm going to mute you while this is ringing.
Okay. Aw, thank you, Tank. To each of your chickens and spring shawl. Oh, you're making more chickens, Mary? She was one of my testers. Hey, Brenda of Bears Crochet Critters. She says, hey there, Crystal, Alishia, and the chat folks. I just lost the comment. Where'd it go? Okay. Here for a few minutes, but wanted to at least say hi.
Hi.
Well, welcome in, Brenda. My Aunt Pam is getting ready to sew in a lining into a jacket for her 22-inch doll. Connie knitted a row on her temperature blanket today. Then I did a little on my crochet shawl that I'm working on.
That sounds like fun. I think the temperature blankets are a great idea.
Tank also wants to know where in Tennessee. She's in northeastern Tennessee.
No, I'm in southeast Tennessee.
No, that's
in between Knoxville and Chattanooga.
Tank is saying she's in northeastern.
Yeah, I'm about 35 miles north of Chattanooga and about 110 miles south of Knoxville.
Lisa Coping with Yarn says, I crochet one row for a dish rag, but I'm still at work, so that's why. Hoping to buy yarn tonight. And wow, we got just a few people just all commented at one time. They just came in at once. We have Brenda Young, Laura Lee, and Sandra. Welcome in.
Hello, guys.
Connie says to Lisa, Coping with Yarn, I want to go with you. I think she wants to go yarn shopping with her. Why is there a vehicle stopped in front of our house? I can see headlights.
Oh.
They're just sitting at the end of our driveway.
Lost, maybe?
The what? They could be.
Lost? Yeah.
It could be our next door neighbor. Nope, they're pulling off. Well, there is a vehicle behind them, so I don't know.
Huh.
Tank says, long way from me. You're in the foothills. I'm in the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right at the foothills. But I'll be up your way Sunday. We're going to go to Pigeon Forge. That's still considered southeast, though, I think.
Is that where y'all go sometimes for the weekend or something?
Yeah, we'll go up to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg. You know, that's where Dollywood and a bunch of other stuff. There's Ripley's Aquarium and all kinds of stuff up there. It's a tourist, a trap. I say trap because it is a trap. It's a tourist trap, but we go up for the day and just walk around to see the lights, or um, it's just really, really nice up there. Or we'll drive up through the mountains up in Cherokee because there's a lot of history up there.
Mm-hmm.
And like even in Cherokee, in North Carolina, because it's all like tied in together within, less than 100 miles of each other. And they do like a play called Unto These Hills that shows the Trail of Tears, how the Trail of Tears got started. That's fascinating.
Hmm.
And then of course on the all this is on the reservation up there, but it's only like if you go through Gatlinburg through Tennessee, if you go through the Smokies, it's only like a maybe 25-minute, maybe 30-minute drive, if that, into Cherokee, North Carolina. And yeah, it's a lot of fascinating history up there.
Coping with Yarn Lisa says, I'm just going to Walmart or possibly Joann's. You can hop in my purse. She's talking to Connie. I thought that was kind of funny. Mary says, yes, my youngest always wants the first one I make. He and my middle kid fight over it. So I end up making at least 2. I came across some yarn in my stash and wondered what it would look like as a chicken.
That's a joy when you have people in your life that want the stuff that you make. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They could be lost. I really don't know. It was just weird. They sat there for like a whole 2 minutes. But see, our neighbors on one side of us, they pull in front and then they'll back into their driveway. So I didn't know if it was that waiting for somebody else to turn in, and because they have multiple cars. But obviously not, because they kept going after they stopped in front of our house. But hi, Samantha. Welcome in.
Hey, Samantha.
Samantha is working on a scarf. Oh,
So
you
fun
gave
to
up
cook
on your
with that.
mosaic blanket. Do what, Alishia?
I lost my train of thought. I'm tired. It just comes and goes. It's that old timers that you get.
We have Noni May, Granny B, Noni May. I
Hello.
never knew you changed your channel name. I mean, I guess I know you changed it at one point, but I think it's pretty cool now. Granny B, Noni May. Welcome in. Tank says, I butt up into the Cherokee National Forest.
Okay.
Laura Lee says, I just started Ursula's Count My Blessings shawl using an old cake of Stitch Studio by Nicole cotton colors.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Melanie says, I love Pigeon Forge, the aquarium in Gatlinburg. I cried when I see Unto These Hills.
It's very emotional. That's awesome that you got to see it. It's very emotional. I've been wanting to take my daughter. That's on my bucket list to take her one day to go see it.
Tank says, I'm 40 miles from Del Rio and Asheville. I almost said Ashleyville. I did that one other time.
I remember we talked about that. That was so funny.
Sometimes my brain does either it swaps numbers, like say I'll be reading 53, but I'll say 35. You know, it's like my brain swaps them.
I work with a lot of numbers on my job, and I do that too. And I second guess myself because of that. So I'm constantly going back and double checking, triple checking my work.
Yeah. I do that with letters too. Like it just, I'll see one word and I say it wrong. We also have Vanessa. Welcome in. How are you tonight?
Hello. So how many people do we have in tonight?
Well, I know they've come and gone, but it says we have 18 with us right now.
Oh, I think that's the most what you and I have had together before.
Well, I know it did get up to 22 at some point. So.
Oh, wow.
Lisa the Grammy says, I'm so bad. I see somebody's not from my house. I just walk out the front door and ask them what their problem is. Yeah. I almost did that one time. There was a kid standing at the end of our driveway, and I watched some walk, like two other kids walk across our yard, and I'm like looking out the window, what is that kid just standing there for? And then I saw two other kids walk back this way, and they walk off. They were talking to the neighbors, so I was like, oh, okay. I guess my Aunt Pam missed what you're working on. And so she's asking.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Another hexagon sweater. Using homespun yarn. It's going to be really heavy. I'm obsessed. I got a lot of my, I just shipped off a bunch of my, my stuffed amigurumi toys and animals and things like that to the Discovery outlet. So, it's something I don't have to work with anymore. So I'm working on something for me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
How's the sales going on at Discovery Outlet?
It's going good. It's going steady. It's not, it's not a doorbuster or anything, but it's going to give me a little extra yarn money. My hats and my ear warmers and my jellyfish seem to be very popular right now.
The jellyfish and ear warmers, you said, right?
And the hats. Yeah, we started out with just the hats, but then it progressed, and now I've got, actually, I can tell you. I get my own SKU and everything, and I'll get a tag label so they can scan it at the register. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. So it's on consignment. But for the 2 weeks that I had it in December, I only got my stuff in there the last 2 weeks of December. I made $156 for 2 weeks. So yeah, when it's $8 here, $5 there. So that was pretty good. And I'm already up to $300 so far for this quarter.
Awesome.
But this is, you're not going to be able to see this, but just to give you an idea, this is the list of stuff that I gave him this last time of different items.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's on top of what I gave him last time. I have to keep up with how many. I've made so much stuff over the years that it was, I've told you before, it's all in, paper boxes, just stuffed full, stacks and stacks and stacks. And I only usually sell at Christmas. So when he presented this offer to me to sell it in the stores, I jumped right on it.
Yeah. Tank says, we saw triplet cubs in the woods with their mother. They were playing in the stream.
Oh, wow. Did you take pictures?
Laura Lee and Lisa the Grammy both say something about dyslexia. I've never had a doctor say that I have it, but I think I do.
I've poked fun at myself for years saying that I do. But it's not all the time. It's only usually when I'm really, really tired and I catch myself, or if my diabetic medication kicks in that I take from my neuropathy.
Mm. Lorley says, I saw the homespun yarn for the first time when we went to the city. I think I might try it.
A lot of people don't like working with it, and I know Crystal at Bagaday is one of those that doesn't like to work with it either. And I've watched a lot of creators say they don't like working with it. So granny square type things like this, like the garment, is a fun and easy way because you're just feeling. If you've noticed, I'm not looking at my work a lot because all I have to do is feel where my gaps are, because it's so easy to work with that way. Otherwise, it's really difficult. I don't have a problem with it, but I guess if you go up a needle size, that's a good tip if you're going to work with it.
Well, I tried crocheting with it and I couldn't see my stitches.
Yeah, this is, I'm doing mine by feel, so.
Yeah. When you get a chance, you need to go watch my blindfold granny square challenge I did. That's kind of what you're talking about. I did it blindfolded. Coping with Yarn tagged me to do that challenge. And I actually, I didn't state this in the video, but I tried to practice doing the magic ring to try to see if I could do that off camera. And I still had trouble getting the magic ring because I could not do the chain 4 and go back in the stitch. I just had my eyes closed practicing on how to do the magic ring, and I still had problems on my video.
That would be an interesting challenge. Yeah, I've definitely got to go back and watch that.
Oh, we got Sandy from Southern Sandy Crafts. She says, hello, Crystal, making some stitch markers. My first time making them. Oh, that's great.
Hi, Sandy.
Connie says, the Ogo yarn for 50 cents is only certain Walmarts, but a lot of people are finding them. There are some Walmarts that don't have them marked down to 50 cents, so make sure you scan first.
Wow. Wow. I know Michael's had theirs on clearance. I think it was like $4.99. So it must not be a big seller there, but yet I went to Joann's. This was a couple weeks ago. I went to Joann's and they still had it at full price. So they weren't clearancing theirs like Michael's was.
Yeah.
I just don't think the concept caught on. I personally would rather have the cake.
Laura Lee says, I flunked. I guess she tried doing the blindfold granny square and she flunked. Melanie says, yes, I loved your blindfold granny square. You need to try, Alicia.
Oh, my word. That would be funny.
Well, technically, I bet you could do it because you're not even looking as you're crocheting now.
Yeah. Yeah, I could try. It would be interesting to see what it would look like. That's for sure.
Mine kind of came out like a triangle. Shifting some soil. I think your name is Mona, if I'm correct. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry, but welcome in.
Hello.
Oh, well, I did get it right because there, Sandy says, hi, Mona, at Shifting Some Soil. So I did remember.
That fascinates me how you do that.
I write it down and refer back to it every time I have a live. I'll have my little notes here. And then, you know, eventually I'll remember who it is.
Smart. That's a good tip. Thank you. I will use that when I finally go live.
When are you planning to do your first live?
I'm thinking I might want to do it like within the next week. But I'll do a post on the community page, and if you want me to, I'll let you know when that's going to be.
I'll share it out for sure.
I appreciate that. It's going to be a Q&A with me. Pretty much wide open. Ask me anything.
Mm-hmm. I bet that'll be fun.
I think so. I'm pretty much an open book on my channel anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. Coping with Yarn says, so far from what I have seen, I'm the biggest loser for the Granny Square Challenge.
Oh no. I have to go watch that for entertainment now.
Yeah, I would go watch her video too. It was funny. I was laughing at some points where I was in tears because I was laughing so hard. By the time she was done, but see, it was also her first time doing a Granny Square. She had never done one. She had her daughter also call out how to do it, like the instructions.
Oh,
Chain
no.
and all that.
Wow, what a brave to break into a Granny Square. That's wow. That's very brave.
And
Lisa,
hers
that is so brave.
Like almost like a little circle, like and she put it on her finger and called it her Gucci ring.
That is so funny. I gotta write that down so I don't forget to go do that.
Her channel name is Coping with Yarn, and it's the Blindfold Granny Square Challenge. Yep, she tagged me and Connie, and I know Connie's never made a Granny Square yet, so.
Did Connie do it too?
She's supposed to. I don't know when she'll get to it, but
okay.
I think she should practice doing Granny Squares first before she does it blindfolded, because she's not familiar with doing a Granny Square either.
Oh, wow. That was one of the first things I ever learned how to make other than the normal chain stitch.
Yeah, she said, aw, and Melanie said she liked hers too. And she said, thanks, Melanie. You are too kind. Mine turned out 3-dimensional. And Mary says, your Granny Square looks like a granny triangle to me, Crystal.
Is there a time limit, or you just go and just wing it?
No, I think you just wing it.
Okay.
My Aunt Pam is going. She goes, Crystal, I sent you a gift. Have to go now. Time to get the dogs to bed. Bye, Alicia. Nice to have
Bye,
spent some
Pam.
time with y'all. Aw, bye, Aunt Pam.
Thank you. Bye.
We also have Queen Mama. Her name is Anita. Welcome in. Glad you could make it. Melanie's calling Lisa's Granny Square 3D crochet. Oh, Coping with Yarn says, no, I did one once before, but I couldn't remember. Okay. Do you want to ask a question? And so we'll get a question in.
Okay.
This time?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I told Matson, I said, I'm going to have to write them down. I said, because I'm not going to remember them. I never do. Okay. What secret about the universe would you most likely want to learn? Let's see. I got to think of that one. There's so many. For me, I would want to know, is there really intelligent life out there? You know, some people believe, some people don't. Some people, you know, think that they visited us. Some people think they can't visit us, you know, depending on what religion you are or what your beliefs are. But that's what I would want to know. I want to know, is there really intelligent life out there? And would we ever be able to interact with them? You know, because a lot of movies portray them as being very hostile.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have the very few that do show that, you know, they're actually nice. And I say this because I think the reason why this popped into my head was because I've been watching Third Rock from the Sun, the series from start to finish. And, you know, that's about a family that comes to, you know, the earth and inhabits the earth, and they're funny as heck. So, yeah, that would be mine. What about you?
I kind of want to know what really happens after we die.
Ooh.
That is like the biggest mystery to me, you know, but I know there is a life after death because I have caught voices on EVPs before that I never heard with my ears. So I know there's something out there, but I want to know what actually goes on and what happens, you know. I think that would be, but then it might be very scary to learn. Might change your whole life.
I don't know if I'd want to know.
And I thought this was funny from Lisa the Creamy. She goes, there's not a whole lot of intelligent life on Earth.
That exists right now? No, you got that right.
Lorley says, what will happen when two black holes collide?
Oh, wow.
And Mona would like to know the same thing. If there's any intelligent life.
Yeah, that way we could just put the myth to rest. There would be no more mystery. You know what I mean? Same thing with you as what happens after we die. Mm-hmm. There'd be no more mystery. But then what would we have to look forward to? You know what I mean? If it was something good, that'd be one thing. But if it's something bad, do we really want to know?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different religions, so many beliefs about what happens after. You know, maybe it's only based on what you believe, what your religion is believed to span from. So,
And if we knew that one, or even the one about an intelligent life outside of the earth, if we knew that, do you believe that it would change our belief system? Because it would confirm or not confirm what a lot of our belief systems are based on. Wow, we're getting heavy.
Yeah. I think it would change it, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because it would prove or disprove what we believe
Yeah.
to be faith.
Melanie goes, yes, Grammy, you are right. In parentheses, men.
Oh no. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Laura Lee goes, okay, because Melanie asked, no, Coping with Yarn said to Laura Lee, is this a joke about the two black holes colliding? And Laura Lee says, not a joke. I watched too many documentaries, laugh out loud. And Laura Lee goes, never mind. I was behind in the video, so I guess she was lagging a bit. And Connie, I missed her comment. She goes, oh, yes, I believe there are aliens.
Guess I would want to know more about it. You know, if they're, because there's conspiracy theories, there's facts, but we don't know if they're really facts or if they're made up, or again, I think that's got a lot to do with what you believe too, and what you were taught being raised. And me being raised in a Christian Adventist church, Adventists believe that there is life on other planets, and that we were the only ones that failed the test.
You know, and that kind of reminds me, there was an episode of Doctor Who where the 12th Doctor was dealing with this ancient text, and it was like real ancient. And when you read it, it kind of changed your whole perception on what you know and what you thought you knew about how life was created. And turned out in that episode that everything in life was a simulation. They were just going through the motions, and it was a crazy episode. Kind of made you think, oh my gosh, kind of like the Matrix, you know, when Neo took the pill and came to, and everything was completely different. That'd be very scary.
Yeah, I would not want to know that reality. I would not want to know what he found out to be true, because that movie portrayed it to where it seemed like it could be a possibility. Because my ex-husband always said that he thought that he didn't believe in Christianity, but he believed, and he fully believes this now, that we were put here on Earth as experiments by aliens, and they're sitting back watching us, laughing their butts off. He really believes that. So you never know.
Yeah, we never know. We got Gabby that just came in. Hi, Gabby.
Hi, Gabby.
And Melanie says, okay, hold on. I missed a couple of things. Mona says, laugh out loud. Wow, going to say that. I think it would change the way we live now.
Oh,
Connie
absolutely.
says, absolutely. I want to know what happens to people and things that disappear in the Bermuda Triangle.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did they go?
Another movie I watched called The Triangle. That was kind of crazy. This lady got stuck in a loop, and every time she left, her and her friends went out on a boat, and then they got in a storm, and they ended up coming across this big ocean liner that was abandoned. They got on the ocean liner. Everybody kept getting killed. She made it back to land somehow. And it's like the older version of her was at the house with her daughter. She would kill the older version of the past version of her, and then that version would go out to sea, and it was like a constant loop, never ending. It was crazy.
I wrote it down. I gotta watch it now.
And Lisa says, yep, even the government is now admitting to it. Melanie says,
I've seen that.
Alien went to see Crystal's mom. Yeah, what was really weird on Tuesday on my live, I was sitting here and my mom's sitting over there crocheting because the light's better. And she just started saying, oh my God, something just flew down the hall, but I don't see where it landed. She heard something hit and out of her peripheral see something pass, but she could not find anything on the floor. And she kind of freaked me out. I'm like, okay, just ignore it. And then I lost internet shortly after or before that or something. So it was really weird. And Anita says, I want to know if Bigfoot is real and which came first, the chicken or the egg? That's a good question. Me and Lisa will be taking Bigfoot tomorrow. Is what Connie says. And Mary is back. Welcome back, Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Lisa says, my brother-in-law called us in the middle of the night crying that Bigfoot was outside throwing a log at his trailer, which was in the middle of the woods.
Ooh. That's creepy.
Yeah. Laura Lee says, there's a philosopher that says our existence is only in our mind. Everything we see, hear, touch, etc., is a figment of our mind. Too strange for me. I've heard that theory too. Melanie says, Brown Mountain Lights in Boone, North Carolina. I'm going to have to look that up and see what that's about.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to go up there a lot. Brown Mountain Lights.
Oh. Boone.
That's kind of near my neck of the woods.
Lisa says, that would freak me out, Crystal. Yeah, and then she goes, maybe it was a ghost. It could have been Melanie. Melanie goes, I think it was a sweet spirit visiting Crystal's house.
Wanting to see your chicken.
You never know. I mean, it might be scary, but you never know because, I mean, they could like be trying to get your attention, but they're a good spirit, you know? Not everything that's paranormal is bad.
This is true.
Is that near Boone, Alicia? She's asking.
Am I near Boone?
No, it's something you had said when she mentioned the Brown Mountain Lights of Boone, North Carolina, something.
I want to say if you go, there's about 3 or 4 different ways that you can get to the Smoky Mountains and the Blue Ridge Mountains from where I live. And I want to say Boone, North Carolina and Boone Mountain in that area is on the past Murfreesboro around Nantahala, in the Smokies in that area, I believe. And then, I mean, I can do it in a day trip, but it takes probably about 2.5 hours.
Hey, Jason, welcome in. How are you doing?
Hey, Jason. No mail bashing.
Oh no, y'all be nice to Jason. He's my friend. He's been he's actually a friend that I've known for 17 or 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Melanie repeated what you said, wanting to see your chicken. Laugh out loud. Mary says, during the live, I thought it might have been a mouse or ghost. Now I'm not so sure. Well, I was the only one here, and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I heard tapping on our bathroom door. Like that, loud. And I'm like, what? I turned and I'm looking. I'm like, I'm going to go outside for a minute.
Yeah, my butt would be out that door.
Anita says, spirits don't spook me. Some people think I'm crazy, but I've seen and heard the deceased since I was little.
Oh, wow.
Laura Lee says, paranormal, outside the ordinary. Means like outside the ordinary.
Right.
Melanie says, I always say a little prayer to rid my home of any bad and negative energy. They are not allowed. I kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
Jason goes, uh-oh, what did I wander into? Well, we were asking, we had asked a question about like I don't even remember what question it was. I told you, I don't even remember them.
I'll ask it again. Okay. What secret about the universe would you most want to learn?
So we had asked that question, and then we ended up getting into some paranormal talk. I have, Melanie says, I have friends that have seen things too. I have heard things sometimes. I have never really seen anything except one time at the end of our hall. I had seen a real bright ball of light, and my brother was in the living room, and I'm like, did you just shine a flashlight down the hall? No, because I was reaching up to turn the light on, and I noticed it like almost at my bedroom door, about that far off the floor. And I'm like, but it was bright white. It was nothing like dark. And I'm like, okay, did you just shine a flashlight down the hall? No. Did you do anything that made light? No. I'm like, okay.
No.
And then Lisa says, me too, Queen Mama, but not both. I have either heard or seen a spirit. Jason goes, oh, that's a good one. I'd go with, are we really alone in the universe?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the gist of what I had said.
Mm-hmm. And Lisa says, now, if I saw an alien, I would freak out. Seriously. I actually have a fear of them. That's why my stuffed ET stays in the closet. Aw, hi Dana. Dana Wonderlust Crochets here.
Hi, Dana.
Melanie goes, poor ET gets put in the closet.
Maddie, you can let him out.
You know, and that actually reminds me, I used to have a stuffed ET doll. It was about yay big. And I was probably about 10 or 11, and he would sit on this wicker shelf with the rest of my stuffed animals. I would either have to turn him around at night so his face wasn't pointing directly at me or cover him, because I thought the same thing, like he would come alive. But I was so young.
Funny.
But I also had a fear of the dark. And Connie's telling Melanie sometimes Lisa dresses up ET too.
Oh, that's funny.
My dad used to have a ceramic ET of his head, and my sister and I would always throw a shirt over his head.
And it's funny because E.T., I think, is the only alien as far as like an extraterrestrial that doesn't look as scary. You know what I'm saying? He's depicted as not your typical looking alien, like Roswell type alien that everybody seems to see or draw, or so he's a little bit more lovable, which is a good thing.
Yeah. And Lisa says, see, I'm the only one only afraid at night. So she's only afraid of them at night.
Because you can't see the unknown, maybe?
Do what?
Because you can't see the unknown?
That's probably true.
Come on.
Yeah, I remember that movie, Lisa. She's saying Mac and Me was...
oh, yeah,
I
that was
think
another one.
silly looking.
Yeah. No.
I remember that movie.
No kisses.
Oh, there's Ramsey.
I told Maddie that she could let him out of the room.
Aww.
I dropped one of my cookies and he found it. Was it good? Was it good? Rotten. You got to get in here every time, don't you? Yeah.
Mary says hi to Ramsey.
Mary says hi. Mary says hi.
So does Melanie.
Melanie
Lord,
says hi.
you need to. It's such a good movie. She's never seen E.T.
What? They had the anniversary not too long ago.
Yeah, I think it's I think it came out in like 85, 84, somewhere early 80s.
I want to say it was the first feature film that Drew Barrymore ever played in. Before she did Firestarter. Oh, rotten. Oh, rotten. Oh.
82. Lisa says E.T. came out in 82.
I knew they were celebrating an anniversary coming up.
Oh, yeah. So it would be the anniversary this year.
Yeah. Ooh, 40 years?
Yeah, because I would have been. I'll be 36 this year, and it's by the 82. I was 4 years old. I mean, it was 4 years old when I was born. So
That was the
Gabby's
year
never
that
watched it
Matson's
either.
father was born.
Who was born?
Matson's father.
Oh, uh, Lorley says I'm not, see, I'm not so weird. Gabby hasn't seen it either. Haven't had TV in 20 years. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
you could
wow.
find the DVD and watch it like on a computer or something if it has a disk drive. Jason
That's how
says, "Same
Matson.
here, 36 is coming fast." Yep.
36. What was I doing when I was 36? What was I doing? Oh, I was going through a divorce.
Dana says, "I haven't owned a TV for I don't know how many years."
That may be a good thing.
They did a remake of E.T. Lisa says there
What?
was the original, then the remake in 2002. I never seen the remake.
They did a remake? Oh, they got to quit doing that.
I think they can't come up with new stuff, so they turn to older movies to try to make them better.
That's exactly what it is. I guess to bring in a new generation to see the movies that we all grew up on. I don't know. It's so disappointing sometimes. Although, like, I think you and I had talked about the movie It,
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't seen the remake and I haven't seen the second one because I'm stuck on the first one. And my daughter watched the first one with me and she laughed her butt off. She
Yeah.
said, "Mom, this is scary at all." She said, "This is so funny. The way the FX are compared to the way it
Mm-hmm.
is now." 'Cause, she's only 14 years old, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the remake of it, I think, was a little bit more dark and scarier than the one with now Tim
Tim Curry.
Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
But
still
well,
like the older one better.
yeah, I think the newer one was supposed to be more to the alien aspect of it or more true to the book,
Mm-hmm.
is what we had talked about. I've got it on my bucket list to watch. Just to watch. We're gonna watch it. Show your breast dance.
Gabby
Well,
says, "I have a big TV, just never turn it on." Lorley says,
oh,
"Do people watch TV anymore or is it internet?" I actually watch TV. I don't watch live TV, but I do sometimes. But I'll pause it until I can fast forward through the commercials because I can't stand commercials. But I technically
yeah, I don't.
record everything.
I cut the cable cord. I think Matson was 2, so 12 years ago I cut the cable cord.
um, Lisa says the original It made me afraid to take a shower when I was 13. I would too.
To
All
take a
that
shower.
blood in the bathroom.
Yeah, I looked at rain drains on the street differently after that.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't have those here really where I stay. In town, we do, but not out here.
And we have a lot of rain drainage. We have drain tunnels, but we don't have like the concrete the way it portrayed in the movie. You have the concrete and then you've got, the little dip where the water goes down. We have those in the city, but Out here
Yeah.
in the country, we just have the bigger old barrels, but still, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
You came back. Oh, you're begging. You want a cookie again? You want to get another cookie? No. I'm eating lemon snaps. They're vegan and they're really good. I have to be careful and not eat too many, though.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Lisa says they made E.T. more animated and added a bathtub scene.
Really?
Hmm. Music, Melanie says, remake, music too. We had the best music in the 80s, especially. Yep, I've noticed that people from the 80s today are redoing
They're taking
the
a lot
songs.
of it. Yeah. It's like Elton John. There's a new remake of his song. It's his original song, but they've added this new singer with it. But I think the reason why is he's going out on tour, and Matson's grandmother, she's going to get to go to her first concert in April in Nashville to go see Elton John. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. She was like, eh. I'm like, no, you don't understand. When I was in high school, he came out with his Too Low for Zero album, and that was the biggest thing, was to be able to go to one of his concerts. So
Yeah.
I think it's a privilege. I think she'll enjoy it if she gets over the hump of the and wants to go.
Coping with Yarn says I guess in the remake, she says he was kind of pervy and had a crush on Elliot's mom.
Oh no.
Lisa the Grammy says, I just ate a butternut squash.
Oh yeah.
I think she meant 8. It says AA.
I love butternut squash.
Yeah. Mama will cut them in halves and then put them in the oven with butter and brown sugar on top.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, I roast mine, and usually we'll make I'll chunk it up and make soup, or put it in the air fryer.
Mm-hmm. Melanie says, a while back, the boy who played Elliot done a skit of E.T., or did he do a movie? Anyone know? I think he did a commercial. No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Never mind.
He's done a lot of lately. He's done a lot of different series, but I can't think of what offhand right now.
I was thinking the guy from Gremlins. I saw the little Gizmo in a commercial, and it was like a Mountain Dew ad.
You're talking about the Corey Feldman, the one that played the little boy, or the one
No,
that
remember the movie Gremlins, where
Corey Feldman was the little boy that accidentally spilt the water on him.
Oh, well, I meant the one that owned Gizmo.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now that's a different guy. He was already out of high school. He was already working. He was working at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Phoebe Cates was his girlfriend. That's funny.
We have Kivia that just come in. Welcome in.
Hello, welcome.
Lisa, Coping with Yarn says, I saw the horror movie clip of E.T. with Big Elliot and Drew Barrymore as adults, but the movie never came out.
Oh.
It might have also been a fan trailer, like somebody made it.
Yeah, could be. That's creepy. Hey, I'm gonna mute you real quick. Oh. Okay. It's time for him to go out. I had to yell at her, and I didn't want you guys to hear me yelling.
Lisa the Grammy says butter and salt and pepper in the oven. So she bakes the butternut squash with butter, salt, and pepper, and just puts it in the oven.
So I bake mine in the oven, but I don't put butter on mine. I'll put a little bit of olive oil and rub it on it and bake it upside down, split in half. Child.
Lorley says, speaking of food, I've got to go find some. I'll be listening.
We're getting close to wrapping it up, aren't we?
Yeah. Melanie goes, I love Gizmo. He was my favorite, I think, growing up, the little character.
It was
always
so
wish I could have a little Gizmo.
No.
I just wouldn't want one of them mean gremlins.
Don't get it wet and don't feed it after midnight.
Yep.
I was thinking there was a third rule, but I couldn't remember what it was. But those are the two most important, I know.
Yeah.
But I was like that too, because he was so cute, especially when he would sing and whenever he would talk. And it was like, and you know, Howie Mandel's the one that did the voice of Gizmo.
I didn't know that until probably about 10 years ago. And I'm like, what?
Really? Yeah. Because that's right before he came out with Bobby's World. And if you'll hear Bobby's World, the cartoon, it's the same voice.
Yeah.
I'm putting our questions away now.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to get to the other one. Yeah.
Lisa the Granny had a stuffed Gizmo.
Say that again?
Lisa the Granny had a stuffed Gizmo character.
Aww. What happened to it? Thank you, baby.
Connie goes, combine E.T. with gremlins. E.T. gets wet or fed after midnight. He turns into a gremlin.
Oh, that's on a bigger scale, too. That's creepy.
Melanie goes, their eyes would move and he'd talk.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Lisa Coping with Yarn says, we didn't watch Gizmo for our Christmas movie, dang it.
Oh, yes, it was at Christmas time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of that. Well, there was a debate, and maybe, you can help me with this one, and so can everybody else that's on here. One of the questions at the office this year was, do you think that Gremlins should be considered a Christmas movie or a horror movie? And I thought it should be considered a horror or a thriller movie because people get killed in it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they give movies different, like they'll call it horror / thriller or drama / adventure. Well, I would just say Christmas / horror. I'd make it both.
Yeah, and that I think that was the biggest debate because I wouldn't consider it, I wouldn't have thought of it as a Christmas movie, but because it takes place during Christmas, I could see that. But I always considered it a thriller or a horror movie, more of a thriller because, like I said, they turn into demon gremlins and they kill people. I mean, especially with what they did with, Mrs. Deagle and all the other ones, and they show what they do to the people after what they look like when they're dead. I mean, it's more comical now,
Yeah.
but that was a big debate at the office this year.
And also, it made me think of when they put the gremlin, that lady puts the gremlin in the microwave and it blows up inside. And
In the microwave and then in the blender. Yeah, see, that's gross. That's just, that's so gross.
Lisa says both.
I could see it as an adult Christmas movie, but I think it might traumatize a child to think of Christmas that way.
Yeah, that is true. Aw. Lisa the Grammy says, I lost my storage room. 40 years of worth of stuff gone. I'm sorry.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
I can kind of understand how she feels. I had a car that got repossessed with some of my stuff in it that I've had most of my life. So I can kind of sympathize with you, Lisa the Grammy.
That's so sad.
We have Warren here. Welcome in, Warren.
Hi, Warren.
He says, hello, Crystal and Alishia. I took my little brother and friends to watch Gremlins. My brother's friend crawled in my lap as it scared him. I felt bad afterwards.
Oh. All right, go on.
Yeah, and what was in the car that when it got repossessed was all my poems I had wrote over like a 10-12 year period. And all my photo albums that had pictures of all the animals I've ever had and pictures of my family. But I did actually find the negatives to all the pictures I lost, so I could get them processed again.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just get my poetry back. I didn't have copies.
Yeah. I had a storage shed that we had on our property that I'd accumulated stuff from when I was younger, like, elementary and high school, and it got wet. The inside of the storage building caved in, and so everything got just totally wet. I was able to salvage one of my yearbooks, but the pages were stuck together, and I was so sad. I cried. Photo albums like you lose it all. It's really tragic and it's so sad. But the way that things are now, it's so convenient, and I try to explain this to Matson that they have the opportunity, and we do now, to put our memories and things on clouds, or to where we could actually go and access it, videos like this, in the future. So if anything ever happens, unless the internet just goes down, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least we have that memory opportunity now, and our kids will have that in this generation that we didn't have when we were young.
Yeah. Coping with yarn. Lisa has to go. She goes, gotta go now. Love you guys. Well, thanks for coming in, Lisa.
I'm done too.
Melanie says, oh no, Crystal, I'm glad you found the negatives. Sorry about your poetry. That is the second time I've lost poetry like that, but
wow.
I had probably over 200 poems the first time and then probably over 30 the second time when it happened. And I just kind of quit writing after that. I've written some since think 2010, but I have not wrote in probably six years. That's a long time, but yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It's just material stuff. And I try to remind myself of that. Don't get too attached to
Yeah.
material stuff because something could happen to it at any point. But
Yeah, you got to learn to let it go. It's hard though.
It is.
Hey, stop it. Come on. I dare you.
Which one is it?
All four of the cats and the dog deciding to run amok. They know I'm online and that it's getting late.
I thought it was one of them that usually like to scratch on the couch, you know?
No, this is the dog chasing the cats that are chasing each other because he wants to get in the middle of it. And Copper was trying to harass Boo Boo Kitty, and Boo Boo Kitty was fussing at him and smacking him. And then Midnight was getting in the middle of chasing them. Ellie, I don't know where the heck she is. She's probably in there with Maddie. Oh, no, there she is. Hi. You gonna get the door frame now? No, you're not. Girl.
Ellie is the one that scratches on the door frame. Vinegar water.
I keep it on the floor beside the couch. They're wearing me out.
Dogs and cats are so funny. Yep. All right, everyone. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Thank you all for coming in and talking to us and chatting with us. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. And do you want to say anything to them before we go?
Just be looking for my 1,500 subscriber giveaway. And Krista's got a milestone coming up, too.
Mm-hmm. Also, you're going to be doing your very first live soon. So,
yes,
yeah.
This week, be looking for that.
All right, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see y'all later. Bye for now.